All right, Dodgers fans, let's break this down because what's happening right now with this team is nothing short of incredible. We all know that winning at home is important, but winning on the road? That's the real sign of a team that's not just good, but unstoppable. And the Dodgers have been showing exactly that. Traveling to enemy territory and coming out with victories takes a mix of skill, mental toughness, and just pure execution. Look at what they did against the Phillies. They took both games away from a team that was comfortable on their own turf. That's exactly the kind of performance that separates contenders from pretenders. If you're serious about defending a title, if you're serious about running it back, you have to dominate not just in your own stadium, but anywhere you play. The Dodgers are showing that they understand this better than almost any team in the league. And then there's Blake Snell. I mean, seriously, what's going on with this guy? He stepped onto the mound in a postseason game and completely flipped the script. He threw 8 scoreless innings, the first Dodger to do that in a postseason since Clayton Kershaw did it in the 2020 NL Wild Card Series. But it doesn't stop there. Snell faced the minimum through 8 innings, which is a feat that hasn't been seen in the postseason since Don Larson's perfect game in '56. The company he's keeping here is absolutely elite. He also set a postseason record, becoming the first pitcher in history to have 10 or more strikeouts, 1 hit or none, and no walks in a start of at least 8 innings. That's dominance. That's the kind of performance that makes teams around the league stop and take notice. What makes this even more fascinating is the timing of it. Blake Snell spent a significant portion of the season injured. People were ready to write him off, saying he couldn't stay healthy, that he wasn't worth the investment. But here's the twist. That time off actually became a perfect setup. He came back fresh, sharp, and absolutely ready to take over on the biggest stage. The Dodgers engineered the perfect storm, whether intentionally or not, and Snell stepped in and delivered in the way that only an elite pitcher can. He's not just holding his own. He's creating a sense of fear in opposing lineups, and that's exactly what you need in October baseball. Now, while Snell was dominating on the mound, the offense had its moments, but let's be honest, it wasn't exactly firing on all cylinders. 7 hits in a game might look like a struggle, and in some ways it was. But that's the beauty of a championship-caliber team. Even when the bats aren't fully awake, the Dodgers find a way to win. They keep the scoreboard moving just enough. They make the critical plays when it counts, and they don't let a slow start take them out of contention. Mistakes happen, double plays occur, and some guys go through slumps, but a good team finds ways to navigate through all of that. And the Dodgers are proving that resilience is just as important as raw talent. Let's talk about some of the strategic moves, because postseason baseball isn't just about who throws the hardest or hits the ball the farthest. It's about timing, matchups, and the mental game. There were decisions that raised eyebrows, like whether to bring in rookies in high-pressure situations or stick with seasoned players like Snell. There's always a balance between preserving the future and playing to win right now, and every choice has consequences. But what's clear is that the Dodgers are building depth, confidence, and versatility in ways that set them apart from most other teams in the league. And speaking of depth, let's not forget about the pitching staff beyond Snell. The bullpen has options, and knowing when to deploy each arm is part of what makes this team dangerous. Whether it's a closer who's been dependable all season or a younger arm getting exposure to postseason pressure, the Dodgers have pieces that can adapt to any situation. That flexibility allows the starters to push deeper into games, knowing there's support waiting if they need it. It's a delicate balance, but the team's execution has been remarkable so far. The Dodgers' performance on the road also paints a larger picture for the postseason. Teams like the Mariners and Brewers are formidable, but the Dodgers are showing that they can handle hostile environments. Winning away from home is not just about skill, it's a mental test. You have to deal with opposing fans, travel fatigue, and unfamiliar conditions, and still perform at the highest level. The Dodgers are checking all those boxes. They've proven they can take on top teams in tough situations and come out victorious. And when you combine that with home field advantage waiting in Los Angeles, it creates a scenario where opposing teams have to play perfect baseball just to keep up. Another key aspect is the approach at the plate. Even when the offense isn't explosive, the Dodgers know how to capitalize on opportunities. Walks, situational hitting, and aggressive base running all contribute to sustaining pressure on the opposing team. It's not flashy, but it's effective. It's the kind of baseball that wins games when the spotlight is brightest and mistakes are magnified. And when the bats eventually heat up fully, you can imagine how devastating that combination of timely hitting and elite pitching will be. Looking ahead, there's also excitement around who will take the mound in critical games. Legends like Clayton Kershaw still have a role to play, and there's speculation about when he might get a start in the postseason. His experience and presence bring a level of confidence to the team that can't be replicated. Even if he comes in as a reliever, his impact is felt. But if the situation allows for a start, fans know it could be one of those unforgettable postseason moments, the kind that defines legacies. Matchups against pitchers like Freddie Peralta also shape how the Dodgers approach each game. Understanding each opposing arm, analyzing tendencies, and adjusting strategy on the fly are all part of the October grind. And the Dodgers are doing all of that while maintaining composure, which is just as impressive as the performances on the field. They've created a rhythm where even when things aren't perfect, they have the tools and the mindset to come out on top. That's what separates a good team from a great one. Every inning, every at-bat, and every pitching decision is magnified in the postseason, and the Dodgers are handling that pressure like a team built for this moment. The combination of fresh arms, elite starting pitching, strategic bullpen management, and timely offense makes them a nightmare for opponents. And the confidence that comes from winning in tough environments only adds to the momentum. The team isn't just participating. They're asserting dominance and sending a message that they are here to compete at the highest level. And while the Mariners, Brewers, and other contenders are strong, the Dodgers are showing why they are still the standard in the National League. They adapt, they overcome, and they find ways to win, even when things aren't perfect. Every close call, every tough decision, and every clutch play builds a narrative that this team is built not just for October, but for the pursuit of another championship. Now, diving deeper into what makes the Dodgers such a force in the postseason, it's impossible to ignore the mental toughness this team carries. Postseason baseball isn't just about raw talent. It's about composure under pressure, and the Dodgers have shown time and again that they thrive in high-stakes situations. Every pitch, every swing, every decision is magnified, and the ability to stay calm while executing at a high level is a hallmark of championship teams. Even when the offense sputters or the bullpen is tested, there's a sense that this team knows how to find a way. That's what separates a contender from the rest of the pack. They're not just playing games, they're sending a message. They're telling the league that they're ready for whatever comes their way, and they're doing it with a mix of strategy, experience, and sheer talent that is difficult to match. Blake Snell's performance is a perfect microcosm of that mindset. Coming back from injury, some doubted whether he could handle the pressure of postseason play. But when he steps onto the mound, he doesn't just pitch, he dominates. 8 scoreless innings, facing the minimum through 8 frames, setting records of strikeouts and limiting base runners. This isn't luck. This is preparation, timing, and mental strength, all converging. And it's not just about the numbers. Every strikeout, every inning where he shuts down a threatening lineup, it changes the dynamic of the game. It forces the opposing manager to rethink strategy, it puts pressure on every hitter, and it gives the Dodgers a psychological edge before the first pitch is even thrown. That edge is priceless in October baseball, and Snell has given the Dodgers a major boost in that department. Meanwhile, the offense may not always light up the scoreboard, but the way they manage games shows a level of intelligence and adaptability that's rare. Even with only 7 hits in a game, they're finding ways to manufacture runs, capitalize on mistakes, and create opportunities when it matters most. It's not about flashy power numbers. It's about efficiency, timing, and making the plays that count. Walks, smart base running, and situational hitting all come into play, and the Dodgers execute these elements consistently. When the team's timing finally clicks, there's no limit to what they can accomplish offensively. The potential firepower combined with elite pitching makes them a nightmare for any opponent. One of the fascinating aspects of this postseason is how management is balancing experience and youth. Decisions about who to bring into high-leverage situations, when to utilize veterans versus rookies, and how to preserve arms for crucial moments all require careful calculation. There are debates about whether rookies should face critical situations or if seasoned pitchers should carry the load, and every choice has implications. But so far, the Dodgers have managed this balance expertly. They're giving young players exposure to pressure, while leaning on experienced arms like Snell and possibly Kershaw to anchor the staff. It's a blend of preparation and instinct that only a team built for October can achieve. Speaking of Kershaw, the anticipation around his potential starts adds another layer of intrigue. Fans and analysts alike are speculating about when he might get a chance to take the mound and whether it will be as a starter or in relief. His presence alone provides confidence to the rest of the pitching staff and puts additional pressure on opposing lineups. In a postseason where momentum can shift in a single inning, having someone of Kershaw's experience and skill ready to pitch in any situation is a strategic advantage that few teams can match. The Dodgers are in a unique position to use their roster creatively, balancing immediate needs with long-term impact, and it's a sign of their championship mindset. Meanwhile, the team's adaptability extends beyond pitching. Defensively, the Dodgers are making adjustments on the fly, positioning players based on tendencies, and ensuring that even marginal mistakes are minimized. Every out matters in the postseason, and the ability to read the game and react quickly has been a hallmark of this team's approach. Even when things go wrong, the team's resilience allows them to stay competitive and find ways to win. That level of execution is not accidental. It's the result of preparation, communication, and trust in one another's abilities. Offensively, the Dodgers are also thinking several steps ahead. They understand matchups, pitcher tendencies, and how to exploit even minor weaknesses. Walks are leveraged strategically, hitters are patient, and aggressive base running is timed to perfection. Even in games where the offense seems sluggish, the team is always creating pressure on the opposing pitcher. And when the lineup is firing on all cylinders, the results can be devastating. The combination of situational hitting and strategic aggression makes the Dodgers not just a team that scores runs, but a team that controls the pace and tempo of the game, dictating how their opponents can respond. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In what could be one of the most talked about moves of the MLB season, whispers are swirling that Josh Hader is leaving Houston and has reportedly signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. The news, still unofficial but gaining traction among insiders, has already sent shockwaves through the baseball community. Hader, known for his blistering fastball and devastating slider, has been a dominant force on the mound, and the thought of him donning a Dodgers uniform has fans and analysts alike speculating on what this could mean for the team's playoff chances. Sources close to the matter suggest that Houston's bullpen, already a topic of debate this season, may struggle to fill the void left by Hader's departure. While the Astros have always had depth, losing a closer of Hader's caliber midseason, or even in an off-season shakeup, creates ripples that extend far beyond the box score. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are rumored to be eager to bolster their pitching roster, and Hader's arrival would give them a late-inning weapon that few teams can match. The potential impact on the National League West race is undeniable, with Los Angeles looking to strengthen every facet of their pitching staff before the postseason. Fans on social media have been buzzing with speculation, some already envisioning Hader in the Dodgers' signature blue and white, standing on the mound in high-leverage situations during the playoffs. Rumors suggest that the contract terms are still under wraps, but insiders hint that the deal could be significant, reflecting Hader's status as one of the premier closers in baseball. Houston, for its part, has remained tight-lipped, with team officials neither confirming nor denying the reports, which only adds fuel to the fire. If the deal goes through, this could mark a dramatic shift in MLB's balance of power. The Dodgers, already a perennial contender, would gain a high-profile arm capable of shutting down even the most formidable lineups. Meanwhile, Houston faces the challenge of reshaping their bullpen and possibly making a series of moves to compensate for one of the most dominant relievers in the game. For now, fans and pundits are left on edge, awaiting official confirmation while enjoying the buzz surrounding one of the league's most tantalizing rumors. Could this be the move that defines the season? Only time will tell, but the mere suggestion of HADER in Los Angeles is enough to set the baseball world alight. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.